Hello everyone. We're now going to talk about time modals, but before we get to that subject, there's one thing that I want you to remember. All verbs are signed in the present tense. Okay? So to give you an example, I'm going to use the sign for by. Okay? In English, the present tense is by. But the past tense for by is a different word. The past tense is bought. You see? In the ASL language, the sign for by is the same no matter if it's present or past. The sign will remain the same. So, how do we know if it's present, past, or future in ASL? Simple. Just add a time modal. Okay? For example, past and future. Okay? So, in the present, you sign by. In the past, you sign pass by. For the future, you'll sign will by. Okay? Another thing to remember, another thing that I want you to remember is that all signs in ASL are in singular form. All nouns in ASL are in singular form. In the English language, if you want to change a noun from singular to plural, all you have to do is add an S or an ES. So to give you an example, house is singular. If I wanted to make it plural, I would say houses. You see? You add an S or an ES. For this one, we added an ES. In the ASL language, for house, house will remain the same no matter if singular or plural. If you want to show more houses in ASL, you would have to either add a number or repeat a sign. So let me give you an example of adding a number. This is 2 houses. This is 4 houses. An example of repeating a sign would be placing 2 houses in different places. Great? Now, we're going to talk about the new topic of time modals. Time modals are considered helping verbs. It helps indicate if that verb is in the future or in the past tense. This goes back to my first example, future. So future is a time modal, and when I pair it up with the verb by, it is indicated to be in the future tense, so future by. The location of the time modal can be in several places within a sentence. It can be placed in the beginning. So, for example, let's use again future. I can sign future me by car. See? I placed it in the beginning. The second one says it can be placed at the end. So for example, me by car future. Okay, so you can see how I signed future at the end. Or maybe you want to emphasize the tense in that sentence, so it can also be placed as bookends in the beginning and at the end. So for example, future me by car future. You see how I placed the word future at the beginning and at the end. It's important to notice that time modals change the tense in a sentence, but they don't give a specific time. Meaning, I can use future in a sentence, but it's unclear at what specific point in the future I am referring to. It's not like regular time signs where I can sign, for example, tomorrow, next week, and those give me a specific time. All right, so here are the 4 time modals in ASL. The first one is finish. Finish. So finish means that I'm done. Okay? And this sign is often used as a transition. Like, for example, then, next, after. Okay? In ASL, we tend to use finish, the sign for finish. So for example, morning, me wake up, finish. Brush teeth, finish. Get dressed. You see? So I used finished as a transition. The second one is not yet. See? Not yet. So I hope you noticed how my head was shaking and my eyebrows were frowned as I signed not yet. If you happen to forget to do these non-manual markers, it will be a different sign. You will be signing late. Okay? The third one is future. So future and will are both the same signs. The fourth one is before. Before. So it can be past or it can be before because they're both the same signs. Okay, that's all for time modals.